Awesome. So now, as I said, we will create a record for search parameters. Go to DTOs folder instead of your main structure folder, right? So instead of the main project, and right click on DTOs, and let's add a new C# class. And we simply call it flight. Give it a second to load here. Flight search parameters. Now let's first of all switch that flight search parameter class into a record. So that's great. Now let's go ahead and add some properties to it. And for sure we are talking about a date time, which is from date, so we make that nullable. Next up we got to date, so date time to date, we make all of them nullable. Then we got string from, and we got string destination, and we got for sure integer number of passengers. Great. Now we can go ahead and extend it a little bit further by assigning default values. So use the attribute default value exactly like this. And well, let me just import the namespace, show potential fixes. There we go, using component model, right? So using system component model. Now we can assign a default value for a daytime. It could look something like this. So 25th of December for 2022, for example, and then 10:30 a.m. So this would be for a datetime object a valid default value. So I will also put it right here. Let me just add another day on that. And we got default value for from. So for example, I want to go from Los Angeles, right? Here we take a simple string for sure to example Berlin. It's gonna be a long flight. There we go. So from LA to Berlin. A number of passengers, for sure we can also add it here. Very easy as a default value. In this case it's an integer, so we simply say 1. Okay, so we can also add some more space between the elements. Doesn't make a difference, so it looks a little bit cleaner. Great, so now we have all of the information here covered, and we can use this flight search parameters record to use it in our flight controller. So let me open the flight controller and now go to search. So search method, there we go. And for sure we take now a parameter object here, which is flight search parameters add params. And for sure we use that add sign here, because if we remove it, you can see that for sure params is a keyword in C#, and well, we don't want to have it, but we want to keep the cool name params, so we use an add sign here just in case you didn't know that. Great, so let's save it, and now we have that params object here, which is of type flight search parameters. If you don't like that, you can for sure call it parameters, for example, right? So write it completely down, or well, filter or something else.